I love gnocchi. It's one of my favorite Italian dishes, but I'm going to try something a little different for you today. This is called gnudi, G-N-U-D-I. It's the Italian cousin of gnocchi, but it's made with ricotta and semolina. So here we go with some semolina in the bowl. I have some Parmesan cheese, a little salt, and I want to give this a little extra basil flavor. So this is going to be a basil gnudi. So I'm going to stir in just a little dried basil. And I want to just kind of run that through with the fork a little bit so it's mixed up before I put my ricotta in it. Now I'm going to use just a 15-ounce carton of ricotta. And for this, I really recommend a full fat ricotta. It blends so much better. Now let's just mix that up. What you're looking for is mixed, but not kneaded. You do not want to knead this because it will get really, really tough. Now there's only one hard part in making this, and that's piping it out. You could drop it by spoons, but what I found out, and I've tried this several times, it really works better if you use a little piping bag. But if you don't have one, just a little spoon will do it. Just don't make them very big because they will get extremely tough and hard. Now I've got that pretty much mixed through, and what I want to do is just put some dollops into my piping bag. So I'm just going to use a disposable piping bag. This one I can cut the end off to make it whatever diameter I want on the gnudi, and you're looking for little cylinders, so you don't want them really, really big. And I just want to drop some into the bottom of my bag. A little bit at a time. And just kind of give it a squeeze as you go down so that anything that's dry can mix through. But again, you're not kneading it. Now I want to take just a touch of semolina and just sprinkle on this sheet. You can line this with wax paper if you'd like. You can use it right on the cookie sheet. But I like to use something between the cookie sheet and the gnudi, so in case it starts to stick, I have a little give, and I'm not right directly on the metal. Now I like to, because I have arthritis in my hands, kind of squeeze down to the very end. A little different than when you're doing a cake icing, because you don't want to go to the very end then. And then we just want to pipe it out in little tubes. And you can see that there will be some dry spots. That's okay, because what we're going to do is to push those back together, and you can push them back together on any end, just like this. So we're going to cut those into 1.5-inch pieces, or just pull them apart like this, and then just lightly pat it, and that's going to be your gnudi, just like that. Now I have a whole pan that I did in advance because you do want to chill these for up to an hour. I'll grab that and I'll be right back. So while I heat up my pan to saute some vegetables and I get my water boiling, I'm going to cut some vegetables. And I'm going to cut these pretty thinly because that's the way I like them. If you like a thicker zucchini slice, by all means, just do that. Okay, so the next step, I have my zucchinis sliced. They're ready to go in my pan. I want to take some olive oil. Just about a tablespoon of olive oil will do it for this, because it's just a nice quick saute. But I want to take a little more olive oil and put it in a bowl that I have 1 clove of garlic. This is going to serve as just a drizzle over the top of our gnudi. Okay, now I've got my zucchini ready. My oil is heating. I'm going to take the kernels off of 1 cob of corn. Now let's get all that to the pan. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a little stir and a sprinkle of salt and pepper. So we're going to stir these until they just start to look a little bit translucent, but I don't want them done all the way because I'm going to add tomatoes at the very end. And while that's happening, we're going to cook our gnudi. So my water is just at a simmer. You never want to cook a gnocchi or a gnudi in a boiling water. You saw how delicate it was to put together. If you put it in boiling water, what's going to happen is everything will just disintegrate and you'll end up with just a pot of mush. So let's drop these in. I like to drop half at a time because to me, if you drop too many at once, you end up with stuck gnudi, or you'll end up cooling the pan too much, and then the simmer isn't there to actually cook them. Now you'll see that they drop to the bottom of the pan. They are little rocks when they start, but they're little pillows when they finish, and they float to the top. All right, I have a few turning just slightly translucent. Now I want to add a little bit of garlic and some cherry tomatoes. I put the garlic in a little later because I don't want it to burn. That just really destroys the flavor of any dish. And the tomatoes, I don't want to get overly cooked. I'm just looking for those to start to plump to the point where they want to burst. Now, as the gnudis start to float up to the top, what I'm going to do is let them rest there for just a few more seconds, just to make sure they're completely cooked. And then I'll scoop them out. So kind of keep track of when they come to the top. And then I'm going to use a little spider just to lift them and pull them out. Now, about midway through this process, you can drop the rest into the pan. That won't hurt at all because you know which ones have been cooked and which ones still need time. Remember, when they're done, they'll rise to the occasion. So I have some of these lovely gnudi on the plate, and then I want to top with my vegetables first. Just look at all that color. It's so pretty. All right, then we're going to finish with a little bit of our herbs. So you can either use small leaves or you can chiffonade this. I'm just going to go ahead and drop a couple of leaves on there. And then I want to take some of that delicious oil that I made. Just give it a good stir through. And then without getting a lot of the herbs or the garlic, let's just drizzle that. And then a little extra parm. Now let's try it with this wonderful wine. Again, this leads with Petit Manseng. It has a lovely flavor, incredible aroma. I get a pear, a little apple. I can tell it's going to be acidic. There's some citrus there. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's try it with our little pillows of gnudi. Melts in your mouth. That is a wonderful combination. Just love this with that little bit of that garlic oil. Oh, so good.